Hi, so today we're just going to do a short balancing flow. So starting kneeling, just relaxing the shoulders. You can place the backs of the hands down onto the thighs, closing off the eyes, just connecting with the breath. So just taking a few even breaths in and out through the nose, softening the face and the forehead, but still maintaining a bit of length through the body and the spine. So just notice how the left and the right sides of the body feel. Not changing anything, not making any judgments, just observing, just accepting. And then opening up the eyes, and we'll come into a kneeling position. So placing the hands down so they're underneath the shoulders, the fingers are spread, knees are hip distance. So feeling balanced in the body, centered, not leaning too far forwards or too far back, not over to one side more than the other. Pressing the pads of the fingers down to the mat, almost lifting away through the palm. And then dropping the belly down towards the mat, lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone into your cow. Exhaling, rounding out the back for cat. So inhaling, looking forwards, exhaling, tucking the tailbone under, drawing in the navel to the spine for cat. One more for cow. Exhale for cat. So come back to your neutral spine and then extend the right leg back behind you. Just press that heel away and then lift the right leg away from the mat, pressing the right heel away and releasing the left arm out in front. Start to bend the back knee and then reach the left hand behind, maybe finding the foot or just reaching towards it. If you've got the foot, press the foot into the hand. Squeezing the glutes. Again, finding that balance, that centered position. And then release the hand, release the foot, but keep it extended. Lower the foot so it's flat. Keep the left hand down on the mat and take the right arm up to the sky, opening across the chest. You can stay here, or you can take the left foot to join the right, coming into a side plank. Release the right hand down, coming to a plank position, and then sending the hips all the way up to the sky into a downward dog. So keeping the feet hip distance, feeling grounded through the feet and the hands. And then come high up onto the tiptoes, rippling forwards into plank. Shoulders stack over the wrists. And then release the knees down to the mat. So this time extending the left leg back behind you. Just pressing that heel away. Drawing up through the belly. Lifting the left leg. Extending the right arm out in front with the thumb pointing up to the sky. And then bending the back knee. Take the right hand behind you. Again, maybe just reaching for the foot. If you find the foot, press the foot into the hand, so opening the chest. And then release the hand, release the foot, but keep it lengthened, and then lower the heel down. Right hand stays down on the mat, left arm reaches up to the sky. So you can stay here, or you can join the right foot with the left, coming into a side plank. And then lower the left hand down, coming into plank, extending the hips up towards the sky, coming into your downward dog. Just giving the head a bit of a shake, pressing one heel down and then the other. And then coming to a still downward dog. So keeping the feet hip distance, or maybe even taking them a little bit wider, and then release the left hand either to the right hip or to the outside of the right leg, pressing down into that right hand, just twisting, gazing under the right armpit. Release the left hand back down, back to your downward dog, and then right hand releases onto the left leg or the left hip, maybe spinning to look under the left arm. And then release the right hand down, coming back to your downward dog. Come high up onto the tiptoes, rippling forwards into plank. And then either dropping knees, coming onto the belly, or take a chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up to upward dog or to cobra. And then take it back, downward dog. Coming back to the breath. Again, just feeling centered, grounded. And then starting to walk the feet up towards the hands at the top of the mat. Keeping the feet hip distance, folding over the legs. Just take the hands out slightly in front, and then just moving forwards and backwards. So coming to the tops of the feet towards the toes, so the heels might start to pick up, and then take the weight back to the heels. So you're feeling a little bit unsteady, maybe the toes start to lift. So just moving between the two, forwards and backwards, and then finding that center point where you feel most balanced. So you're in the middle of the foot. And then release the hands, fold over the legs. Option to wrap the arms around the backs of the legs and draw the head a little bit closer. Release the hands. Tuck the chin in towards the chest, bend the knees, and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Bringing the head up last. Reaching the arms up to the sky as you inhale. And then bring the hands to the heart center. So heel toe the feet together. And then from standing, keeping the weight in the center of the left foot, just start to pick the right knee up. So coming into a stalk position, flexing that right foot and then pointing. And then take the peace fingers of the right hand, first two fingers and thumb, over the big toe. And you can either keep the right leg bent or straighten the right leg. You can take the left hand to the left hip. So just finding the balance, and then either with the leg bent or straight, just start to take that right leg out to the side. Bring the right foot back to center. Release both hands to the hips. Keep that right leg extended, and then sweep the right leg back behind you, coming into Warrior Three. Bend the right knee and lower the back toes down to the mat, coming into a high lunge. Open out to Warrior Two, and then reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior, reaching the left arm back. Coming back to Warrior Two, and then bring the hands together at the heart center, spin to the top of the mat, coming back to high lunge legs with the right heel pressing away, and then taking the weight forwards over the front leg, coming back to that Warrior Three. Start to lift the chest, bringing the right knee back in to that stalk position, and then lower the foot down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards, take the hands to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, place the hands down. Just walk the feet so they're about hip distance. And then come high up onto the tiptoes, bending the knees. Almost clawing the fingertips, drawing the knees to the backs of the arms or up towards the armpits. And then we're not going to come into crow, but we're just going to move forward. So bringing the weight forwards and then back. Forwards, back. So keep the gaze going forwards rather than down. And then lower the feet down to the mat. Step back into your plank position. Shoulders over the wrists, either dropping knees and onto the belly or taking a chaturanga, lifting up to cobra or upward dog, and then taking it back, downward dog. Taking a few breaths in downward dog. And then coming high up onto the tiptoes, bending the knees, look to the hands, little hop or step to the top of the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. And then root down through the feet. Take the arms wide, reach them up above the head as you inhale. And bring the hands back to the heart center. So this time, bringing the left knee into the chest. Again, just pointing and flexing the left toes. And then right hand onto the right hip with the peace fingers, first two fingers and the thumb, just wrap them around the big toe. And then either keeping that knee bent, you can always take the hand to the outside of the calf as well. So either opening the knee out to the side or straightening the leg and then taking that leg out to the side. Bringing the leg back to center, releasing the hands. And then hands to the heart center, lower the left leg down, sweep it all the way back behind you, coming into Warrior Three, gazing ahead, bending the front knee, lowering the back toes, reaching the arms up to the sky, high lunge. Lower that back heel, open out for Warrior Two, and then reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. Coming back to Warrior Two, and then bringing the hands together at the heart center, taking the palms to the top of the mat, spinning onto the back toes so the hips are facing forwards, and then lean forwards over that front leg, picking the back leg off the mat, coming back to your Warrior Three balance. And then as you lift the torso, bring the knee into the chest, coming back to that stork position. And release the foot down to the mat. Take the arms up to the sky, inhaling, exhaling, folding forwards, hands to the mat. So, taking the feet hip distance again, hands come down again, either clawing the fingers, coming high up onto the tiptoes, and just trying the movement of crow, just coming backwards and forwards. The knees are high up, either onto the backs of the arms or towards the armpits. And then if you want to come into full crow, find the balance, keep gazing forwards, maybe lifting one foot and then the other. And then lower the feet down, turn the feet to 10 to 2, bend the knees, and we'll all come into a squat, the top of the mat. So taking the tailbone down to the mat, arms come inside the legs, opening the chest. And then releasing the hands down, start to lift the hips, spinning the feet so they're parallel, folding over the legs, finding that center point in the foot. And then take opposite elbows, take a little sway from side to side. Releasing the head, releasing the hands, bending the knees, and slowly rolling all the way up to standing. At the top of the mat, bring the shoulders up, back and down a couple of times. And then draw the feet together, so big toes touching, little gap between the heels, and then we'll come into dancer's pose. So taking the weight over to the right foot, just bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand. You can take the hand to the inside of the foot, thumb in towards the arch of the foot, or if that doesn't feel right, you can always take the hand to the outside of the ankle. And then take the right arm up to the sky, inhaling. You might find that this is enough of a balance for you, just staying here. Otherwise, start to press the foot into the hand, lifting the knee, leaning forwards, finding your dancer's pose. Lifting all the way back to center, releasing the foot, releasing the hands. Just give the legs a bit of a shake up and down. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time, the right foot bends, Right hand comes behind. Get into the inside of the foot if you can, but don't worry if you can't. Trying to keep the knees together and then take the left arm up to the sky. So finding that balance on the left side, so center of the foot, and then pressing the right foot into the right hand, lifting the back knee, sending the heart forwards. And then lifting all the way up and releasing the legs down. Again, just give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then come back to your mountain pose. Bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards. Take the hands to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, place the hands down, stepping or jumping back into plank. Lowering knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhaling downward dog. So pedal out the feet. Shaking out the head, yes and no. And then release the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes, come all the way down to a child's pose. Lifting up, lifting the head, lifting the hips, crossing the ankles if you can, and then rolling over the ankles, taking the bottom back behind you and picking up the shins, coming into Navasana. So you can either hold around the backs of the legs, keep the hands down, or release the arms out in front. Or again, option to take the peace fingers, first two fingers and thumb, wrap them around the big toes, keeping the legs bent or starting to straighten the legs. So drawing the toes towards you and almost pressing the heels away. Keep the legs straight, or you can open the legs wide. Still drawing the toes towards you, chest in front. And then drawing the legs back together, releasing the hands. And then placing the feet down on the mat. So extend the left leg, but keep the right knee bent. And just wrap the left arm around the right shin. Take the right hand behind, finding a twist, gazing back over the right shoulder, extending the left leg. And then coming back to center, switching sides, so drawing the left knee in, extending the right leg, keeping that right leg active, wrapping the right arm around the left shin, left hand goes behind, twisting over to the left side. And then come back to center. Draw both feet so they're flat on the mat. Wrap the hands around the shins and then release the forehead down to the knees, so rounding out the back. And then lifting the head, crossing the legs, reaching the arms up to the sky, inhaling, bringing the palms together, And exhale, bring the hands back to the heart center. Taking a couple of breaths. Coming back to nice even breathing. And then take the thumbs to the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. Inhale and exhale, folding forwards. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me.